Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tactical Manager TV. Today we have a very special guest here, Kik Pierre. I said your name correctly, didn't I?
Pierie.
Pierie, Kik Pierie.
Yeah.
So everyone from the US right now, it's Kik Pierie. And welcome to the channel, Kik. Thank you very much for
Yes.
taking the time. So, Kik, we're gonna start with a couple questions here very quickly.
Yes, no
The first one
problem.
is, it's very hard to watch the Dutch league here in the US. It's just not on TV. You know how it is. They put the Premier League and all that. And people here know a lot about you and they want to know
Yeah.
more. So I did scout you quite a bit. I know you have played as a left back a little bit. You play more as a center back right now for Twente. You're a lefty. And I want to know a little bit about your
Yeah.
style of play. If there's a preferred position, if there's any player you think you're comparable to, anything, talk about it.
Well, yeah, I'm 20 years old. I used to play. I grew up actually in Heerenveen, a club in the north of Holland. Was 6 years when I started to play there. When I was really young, I used to be a midfielder. It's like when I played first amateurs, I was around 6'7". Like always, one of the best players plays on number 10, as you can see now in current football. And I used to play it on the midfield. Then when I started to play under 13s, under 15s, then well, the trainer saw me more as a defender, so he started to put me center back or left back. Because yeah, they're very lefties are very rare in football still. I think, especially when you play in the youth. So yeah, I was actually sort of raised as a center back, left back. Then at the age of 18, I made a transfer to Ajax from Heerenveen. And now this year I'm on loan from Ajax to Twente.
And does the fact that you're a midfielder, does that play a role in you being a more skilled defender, good on passes?
Well, I think so. I'm a very football-minded play, like passing-minded defender. I'm not like a tough guy, as you can see. For example, Koulibaly from Napoli is really tough, strong guy. Well, sometimes I can be that, but I would rather choose to have a skillful option or a passing option instead of kick the ball out of the stadium.
In
So, well,
modern,
yeah,
oh,
that's my
sorry.
kind of thing.
In modern soccer, football, skilled defenders, technical defenders have been more used nowadays. It's a little better. We need defenders that can play, so that's good for your game, actually.
Well, yeah, I hope so. I think if you build up, if you have the ball, mostly it starts from the goalkeeper or the last line, 4 or 3. It depends on how much you defenders you have in the back. But yeah, mostly it starts there. So yeah, if you are a skillful defender, I think if you have the ability to set a winger in a 1-on-1 or get a striker in a hopeful position on the pitch, I think it's very useful.
So before we move on to the next question, because everyone that's watching this, they really want me to ask you about Netherlands and United States. In America they actually talk about you quite a bit.
Oh, nice. I
So
appreciate that.
the only question I had, one more in regards to that, is you're okay playing as a left back too? Is that a position you're okay with?
Yeah, I think my skills are more related to center back position, but I can play left back also. I also like it,
Uh-huh.
so it doesn't matter for me that much.
All right, and that goes on to the next question here. You belong to Ajax, actually. You're an Ajax player, and you played, I believe, with Serginho Dest there, that plays for the U.S. men's national team now.
Yeah.
He's a right back, and at times you played as left back. Did you ever go against Serginho Dest?
Well, yeah, in the Ajax training, he was most of the time starting 11, and I wasn't. So sometimes I used to play the left back, and as you can see in the style of play of Ajax, the backs are very high, the wing backs. So yeah, I was left back, and when he comes up on the right side, he mostly comes in my zone. So I had some duels with him. Yeah, he's a very, very skillful guy, very quick. So it was hard to defend him. It
He
was
gave you
really hard.
some. He's giving a lot of defenders in La Liga trouble, so I'm not surprised. He's giving a bunch of players trouble. But that was
Yeah.
just a quick question. And are you two friends? You, Serginho Dest? You guys talk to each other or used to?
Well, not at the moment, not currently, but well, I worked on a very nice way with him during my time in Ajax. So yeah, I think if we see each other, we say hi, but we're not like that close kind of friends.
Mhm. And now it goes to another question. This is a very quick one, and we even briefly talked about it. Do you have a favorite MLS team, and could you tell our viewers why?
Well, the team from Boston, what's the name again? You
New
said
England Revolution. Yeah, that's
New
the one.
England Revolution. Yeah, I was born in Boston. I was in 2000, July 20 of 2000. I was born there, so yeah. Well, I've also wanted to go back again to the city where I was born. So maybe if I can play there one time, yeah, it would be really nice.
They would they would love to have you, New England Revolution for sure. They would love to have you there. Hopefully, we can get you in the MLS one day here. But if you want to, let's try to get you to Orlando, Orlando City. Warm
Yeah.
weather,
You
warm
you you
weather.
want me to go to Orlando? Well, maybe one time I go to the MLS. Well, it would be really nice to play there once in my life. So well, we'll see what future brings us.
And then the question everyone, there's two more questions still, but this is one that everyone here in the US wants to know. And I think you don't have an answer yet or a preference, but you played in the Dutch youth teams, a lot of them, a lot of youth teams. You never played in the US youth teams from what I saw, but
No.
you can play for both and you were born in the US too. Do you have a national team in mind? Would you consider picking the US? Do you have anything decided? Are you still open-minded? What's going on through your head in regards to that? Because there's two options there.
Well, to be honest, I'm very open-minded about this subject because, well, I'm young. I was born in America, but after 1 month, I um, traveled to the Netherlands with my family. All my family is Dutch. So yeah, I played my games for the national youth teams, but still, America is a very nice country, very nice mentality. So yeah, I can't say much about that because I haven't decided yet. So again, we'll see what the future brings, and they're both great countries. And yeah, I think time will tell.
So Greg Berhalter, can you please, if you see this, please call him. That's Greg Berhalter. It's your turn. But yeah, I figured that would be where you'd go with. You have two great countries and two teams that are currently young. They have a good national team, both of them,
Yeah,
and I would think you'd. It's going to be a tough decision when the time comes, and I think you will get called up by at least one of them. When time comes, it will be a tough decision for sure.
yeah. I think whatever team you choose will always be a tough decision because, yeah, as I said, both great countries and would both be a big honor to play for one of them, if that even is possible. So yeah, we'll see.
I honestly think we can use a center back. We need
Well,
that,
okay.
but
Well, maybe we'll see what future brings, but can't say much about it because I actually don't even know it myself.
yeah, I actually figured that would be it because you still need to get called up by both and then decide, and then you're going to be locked into one. So it's going to be a very big decision for your career, whichever one you take. And hopefully, obviously, I'm not going to lie, as an American here, Brazilian American that I am, actually,
Ah,
I would love for you to choose the United States. But at the end of the day, I hope you make whatever decision's best for your career, whatever
thank you.
makes you
Yeah.
happier at the time,
Indeed, I
obviously.
think that's the most important thing. Also in life, you have to make decision what makes you happy on the short term, but also on the long term. And what that will be, well, we'll see.
Exactly. And then, Kik, the last question here that I wanted to know is, and anyone that's looking, the reason I'm looking down is I can't remember all the questions, even though I've written them down.
You wrote
Um,
all that
I wrote them
down.
all down so I could follow
Yeah.
an order. So, is there a player you look up to? Can be retired, can be current. And what is your biggest dream in soccer or football, as we call it in Europe? What is your biggest dream?
Well, first of all, the player that I look up to, well, he retired already, but it's a Dutch central defender, Frank de Boer. Also lefty, type of play, bit comparable to my type of play. Also, not the tallest guy, but also very skillful. Has a great technique. Also plays. Also used to play center back and left back. Um, and the other question was,
The other question is, what is your biggest dream in your career? Do you have a biggest
ah,
dream? It can be
yeah,
win a World Cup, win a Champions League,
well,
golden ball.
if I can dream big as every little boy does, well, win a Champions League or win a World Cup, both great prizes. And if I can win that once in my life, it will be big honor. But yeah, can't. Yeah, if I would, if I could dream big, I would say yeah, win a World Cup, for example. That would be great. If I could have that, well, that's I think yeah, big. big. I think the biggest prize which you can reach in football.
Yeah, I think it's just special. Every 4 years only, so not many players
Indeed.
get the opportunity to even play it,
Yeah,
nonetheless win it. And
indeed.
and so I'm gonna finish the episode the same way I finished the episode with every player we bring here in the channel. I'm gonna tell you one thing. So when you win the 2026 World Cup for the United States, can we have you back in the channel?
Well, if I choose the United States and I win it 2026, I would give you an interview, no problem, my friend.
Thank you very much, and hopefully those two things happen. Even though, being realistic, the United States still has a long way to go to reach France, Brazil, Belgium, all those teams currently. But thank you very much, Kik, for being here with us. It's an honor to have you in the channel. I wish you the best of luck on whatever path you choose on your career. Maybe next season, even with Ajax there. Thank you very much, Kik.
Thank you too, and I enjoyed it. Nice questions, and maybe we'll see each other in the future again.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Kik.
you.